Good morning, YouTube, and today I have for you a Butterspy deck profile. This is one of those kind of one-off things that they made in Zexal. They made a lot of those just rank 4 spam things in Zexal, but this one actually worked kind of nice in terms of spamming rank 4s and just giving you some nice little advantage and some weird synergy, but we'll hop into it and describe it as we go along. Starting off, we have a playset of Blue Mountain Butterspy. Now this is something really interesting about this, is that I've had this mentality of doing all these weird decks for a while now, and then they shot up the price of Blue Mountain Butterspy, but fortunately I had my playset. Anyway, so we built a deck around it, sort of. It cannot be special summon or set. When you normal summon a monster, a warrior type monster, excuse me, you can special summon it. It can't be used as a synchro, so it's just like a special summonable rank 4, special summon, go ham. It's kind of fun. Next, we run a playset of Morpho Butterspy. Once per turn, when the battle position of an opponent's monster is changed, you can target one of those monsters and it loses 1,000 attack and defense. There's a really weird gimmick that goes along with this deck of increasing attack and lowering defense or something like that. Something of the matter, the nature going on with increasing your monsters, decreasing your opponent's monsters. It's really weird, but it kind of works with the little text I've thrown in here. So run a playset of the Morpho Butterspy. Next, run a playset of the Swallowtail Butterspy. This is the last of the actual Butterspy monsters. When your opponent's, when another monster you control inflicts battle damage to your opponent, target one face-up monster your opponent controls. It loses its attack equal to the battle damage inflicted. Again, just decreasing your opponent's attack. They all have decent stats, by the way. 18 attack. She's probably the highest of them all. Next, run a playset of Moonlit Papillon. I'm I butchered that pronunciation, but let's read its effect. When this card is sent from the field to the graveyard, you can special summon a 1 level 4 or lower Butterspy monster from your deck. This allows you to potentially set up for future plays. If you have a kind of a bricky hand, set this monster, potentially go off next turn with your Xyz. Now what's really interesting is that it is not a Butterspy, so it does not allow you to float into itself. But it's kind of nice and really allows this deck to flourish a little bit better. Next, run a playset of Gothenburg. With any rank 4 spam deck, this is almost essential. It's searchable with reinforcement in the army. It's a warrior like they are, so there's a lot of stuff that you can make and synergize and go along with this deck. So we run it as a playset. Next, we run a playset of Effect Veiler. Hand traps are always really good. I like Effect Veiler because I run 1 Blackluster Soldier on the way at the beginning. So we run 9 darks, I believe, and 6 lights. So he's a little bit easier to go into. That's another reason I run these Effect Veilers, just so we can give yourself a little bit more of a higher attack monster, give you another potential win condition. So it's kind of nice. Next, we run a Reinforce in the Army, Dark Hole, Gehrke. As our one-offs, this is just nice to get yourself a little bit of board clearance. I know that there's a lot of stat changes with this deck, but it's something that's nice to be able to have and be able to potentially push and go aggressive with this kind of a deck. Next, I almost might call this Forbidden Butterspies, because we run a playset of Forbidden Chalice. Always a nice little tech card that goes along with this deck. Oh, look at the camera, it's even trying to focus on Lance. It's kind of interesting. Anyway, speaking of Lance, run a playset of Forbidden Lance too. Again, there's this nice little weird gimmick of stat changes, so we run the Forbidden Chalice, the Forbidden Lance as a playset. Always great, just sort of offensive and defensive cards that you can utilize and really show some skill whenever you're playing these kind of decks. Next, we run 2 of Forbidden Dress. Now this is, again, this is not really commonly seen, but I decided to throw in there since I had all these other ones and I wanted to throw something weird. Target a face-up monster to the field until the end phase. That target loses 600 attack, but it cannot be targeted or destroyed by other card effects. So this is nice if you're trying to go for like attack for game, or if you're trying to play a little bit more defensively. Again, it's just kind of nice to throw in there in this kind of weird stat changing deck. Next, we run 1 Forbidden Scripture. Now this is one that doesn't really see too much play. If a monster battles an opponent's monster during damage calculation, negate all other card effects on the field until the end of the damage step. This is kind of nice, especially if, like, let's say you're going against Altergeist. They can't go for their little Kieran weird plays and potentially stall you out of the game. So it's kind of nice and weird. Again, all these are forbidden cards are just kind of text per se to throw in there. Next, we run 2 Butterspy Protection. Now, this is target one face attack position of monster field, changes defense position. Any damage you take for the rest of the turn is halved. Again, going with these little stat changes, and there's nice, the Xyz have some nice little effects that go along with this whole changing battle position, so it's nice to, I just kind of threw in there. There's definitely better options than this, but it's kind of fun. I decided I throw in there just because it's not that bad of a card. Next, we play a Butterfly Yoke. Again, I have to reread a lot of these cards. When an opponent's monster declares an attack, target the attacking monster, change that target to defense position, and if you do, equip this card to that monster once per turn during either player's main phase or battle phase. You can change the equipped monster's battle position. And since this is a weird Xyz heavy build deck, they will play 2 Xyz Reborn. Again, it's a little bit slower of a card. It's better than Call the Haunted per se because it allows you to keep your monster and gives it Xyz material potentially. It's a lot better late game. You don't want to see it too early, but it's not that bad of a card, so we run 2 of it. And rounding up our Trapland, we run almost the entire Solemn Brigade. This deck can definitely die pretty easily, so we like to set up, potentially go first. The odds of you drawing one of these in your opening hand is pretty high, so it's good to potentially go and establish an early lead. And I figured I might as well try and throw it. It's definitely a high risk, but the odds of you seeing more than one or too many of them and actually losing because of these life points is definitely not as high or as bad as the options if you don't have them. So I decided to run all of them. Moving on to our extra deck, we run 2 Photon Alexandra Queen. This is kind of one of those cards that I got for particular reasons, and I finally found a deck that can use it in because it's specifically required for Butterspies. You can detach one of these material from this card, return all monsters in the field to the hand, then inflict 300 damage to each player for each card returned by that card effect. So that includes this card, but it does still resolve since it was activated on the field. It's one of those weird rulings, but it's a nice little burn aspect that gives this deck, and it's not too bad of a beat stick, 2400. Again, this is kind of one of the reasons I built the deck, because I really like this card, just some sentimental value on it. Pretty cool. Next we run 2 Photon Papilloperative. This is one of those rank 4s that didn't really, or that used to see a lot more play in terms of rank 4 spam decks. So we run it as 2 in its original kind of design deck. Knight Papilloperative, or sorry, Papilloperative. Yeah, it is Papilloperative anyway. Requires 3 level 4 monsters, so it's a hefty cost. Once per turn, you can detach any Xyz material, and it gains 300 attack for each Xyz material on this card. So it's going to get to 3200, which there's definitely better options. I decided to run it because there's a little bit of space and it was kind of fun to throw into its original deck. And speaking of better options, we run the full Utopia Lightning, Utopia Prime, and Lightning, just so we can go for extensive battle damage to get over your opponent's monsters. One Abyss Dweller, a Stale Gehrke, Cowboy. You can fill this with anything you want to. 101 Tornado Dragon, our boy Baguska, and a Dark Rebellion Xyz Dragon. That's going to wrap up our Butterspy deck profile. There's definitely better builds of this out there. I decided to have some fun with throwing in these forbidden cards and actually seeing what I could utilize. It's been a really fun thing. What I've noticed is that a lot of the core is definitely similar. You'll see a lot of just running as a place of the Butterspy monsters, and then playing a place of Gothenburg, and everything else is kind of search and just your own personal tech after that point. So I decided to throw in the Forbidden and the whole little Solemn Brigade just to make that a little bit more unique per se. And I kind of just wanted to play a deck that could run Photon Alexandra Queen, because again, it has a little bit of a special place in my heart. Anyway, I hope you find something from this deck. Of course, leave suggestions down below. It's definitely not designed to be a serious deck, but it's really, really fun, and you can actually potentially make it serious if you have the time, effort, and desire. I hope you can grab something from this. Thank you, and have a great day.